Okay, we are back. We have got Mattmatt running Indiana Jones and the Great Circle coming up, which is a super exciting run. I can't wait to see it. I bet you guys can't either. Don't forget, you can go to gamersforhope.com/donate and put money towards the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And also, you can leave a little message and make me say anything you want. So, without further ado, Mattmatt, please take it away.
Hello, I'm Matt, and yeah, this is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Um, Today I'm going to be running any percent restricted, which is a bit more marathon friendly. Any percent has a bunch of launches that you need to do. There's one that can lose like 5 minutes. It's pretty bad. So I'm not doing that. But I'm joined by Ashley. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yep. Hello, I'm Ashley93. Oh, by the way, and I run the any percent category for this game. Before we get started though, Matt, do you mind dropping, can you drop the quality on your screen share? It's like lagging really bad. I don't know if that's my network or not.
Oh, is it? Hang on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine, just right. So, how do I? Oh, oh, why is it in? Oh, it's in 1440p. That's why.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll do it.
Oh, that should be fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay. And we're
Okay.
sorry about that. I just thought I'd mention it now before we get going.
Yeah, that's fine. So, I'll give you a countdown to start the timer. This timer is going to start when once I've skipped the first cutscene. I'll try and give you a countdown, but just start the timer on go. We're playing on easy, which obviously because it's a speed run. Also light puzzle difficulty makes some of the puzzles a little bit easier as well, which is faster.
And it gives you objective markers.
Yeah. So 3, 2, 1, go. If you want to explain what we're doing.
So the run starts as we put on our hat, we become Indiana Jones. This game is kind of an immersive sim, as I heard it described the other day, but it's got a blend of parkour movement, first-person stealth, and all sorts of good stuff. We're here in sort of a little flashback sequence from Raiders of the Lost Ark. We're just going to be running through here with Peru. Really, all that's going on here is stamina management. So the stamina in this game works if you pay attention to the bar at the bottom of the screen. He has 6 tips, I think, of stamina.
Yeah.
And each action that you do drops 1 bar of stamina. Unfortunately, though, if you go get any sort of airtime, so starting a sprint takes a block. If you get any sort of airtime, you land. That takes a stamina block. And then starting a sprint again takes another stamina block. So if you're holding sprints in the air, you drain stamina really, really fast. But if you're on the ground, then you go really, really far with each block. So all this sort of comes together to form what I like to call vacuum cleaner movement. So even though it's a forest jungle type thing, Matt is taking a very peculiar path. So he kind of minimizes any sort of potential airtime. So he's avoiding any sort of small ledges that can boost them up here and there, and that's really all that there is to it. Pretty much stamina management is the biggest part of the run, especially in this early game.
Yeah, like if you hit a rock and it gives you a tiny little bit of a boosted momentum to the side, it just drains like 3 bars of stamina if you're holding sprint, which is really annoying. So we just take really specific lines to make sure that doesn't happen, and you'll see that a lot throughout the run as well.
Yep, and then here's kind of a new thing. You can just slide under this. Usually that would spring another trap. And then we're swinging across. And then we bunny hop through these pressure plates to get to the artifact. Also, the screen share is dropping frames again.
What was it? I could lower it to 720p. I mean, you kind of know what I'm doing.
I think it's just on my end. So.
Have you got the stream open, like on the other?
I got the stream open.
Yeah, maybe just close that then, I guess.
I have it paused. Okay. Anyways, so we wake up from a nightmare where our ex-girlfriend was yelling at us, and then we were awoken to the sounds of people breaking in. So we're going to investigate. We just mantle off that ledge to save a bit of running. I honestly don't even remember how you're supposed to take this casually.
What are
And
you
then
up
we
to, pal?
are. Well, that was interesting.
Get in!
We are met with the late great Tony Todd, who's playing a giant here. He's breaking into our museum, so we're trying to get rid of him. Pacify him rather, but he's much taller than us, so he takes quite a few punches to the head. Gonna grab his pendant, and then he knocks us out, lights out. We wake up the next morning, and our friend's like, "Dude, what happened?"
Let's have a look.
And so now we're doing a little puzzles to find out what the giant took. And you don't grab anything in this category. So I may as well just explain it now. One of the things in this game is you get XP from finding different documents, taking pictures, and things like that. And we actually have routed in certain things that we go out of our way to grab, pick up, so we have XP for upgrades we're going to be getting later on.
Help me out here.
Yeah, it's very important. There's one upgrade that we get called Pep, which basically makes our stamina regen faster. If it wasn't for that, you would lose a lot of time. So it's very important we get enough to buy that specifically as well.
Caught when he left through the window.
Yeah, so we'll point that out when we get there. What's going on in the story, though, is we find evidence of, oh, this guy has a pendant that looks like it comes from the Vatican. So Indiana Jones abandons all of his responsibilities, and he decides he's off. He has a gift from his ex-girlfriend, aka nobody, and he does exactly what you should do if your ex reaches out to you, and you just throw that away. Completely disregard it. And so as we're getting ready for our trip, we're grabbing all the essentials. We're grabbing a gift for a friend, our bullwhip, and the pendant, which is our evidence. And then we are off to the races. And then just like in the spirit of the Indiana Jones films, we have a nice little transition cutscene between the maps, where it sort of shows the path that we take as we're traveling across the world.
Yeah, so this is where the actual run begins. This is where actual tech comes into play. So the first two levels, you kind of just running. Like, this is where we're actually going to start doing some stuff. If you want to explain the whip climbs too, how you do them fast.
Yeah, so you do have your iconic bullwhip in this game, and you can use it to climb up certain things. One of the couple ways that we do to actually speed these up is we face to the side, and we also want to jump into them to minimize height. Oh, slip there. Did Buddy follow you up?
And oh, he punched me, so my jump got cancelled. I'm gonna wait for him to climb down. Yeah, so you have to basically look at this at a really specific spot. You can like line it up, but I'm trying to go too quick, so I just didn't get it.
The other thing you're going to notice him doing when we do these whip climbs is just turning it up to the side, because if he's in that animation where he's walking up the wall, it's like twice as slow. So we kind of just want to avoid that. But jumping into whip climbs and then going to the side is kind of the way to do it optimally. We were trying to aim for a candle there to mitigate some fall damage, but it looks like he missed it, unfortunately. And then we're just going to run past these guys. Oh, you just run towards him and then bait out his attack?
Yeah,
Okay.
just go to this.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Okay. Yeah, usually I just whip that guy because he always gets in my way. And then we're just going to climb up. This is really just, people will call this Indiana Jones Mirror's Edge, because it's just like a parkour segment. Gonna climb up on this fence here.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Oh.
so you can climb up that without getting the grab, but sometimes if
Did
you've got
you-
a bad angle, the fence will boost you to
Did
the
it bite
side.
you?
Yeah.
The fence hit you? Okay, interesting. And then we're just gonna climb up and run past. Do you grab the? You don't grab anything. That's right.
Now this is the first skip in the run. We're basically just gonna skip getting a key and going to a door. So what we do is get on this window ledge, stand up here, and just run and grab this rope.
Easy peasy. Yeah, this game, fortunately, if you can see the E prompt, then you can interact with it, to my knowledge. So it's really nice in that sense. And also, that skip is very scary, because if he screwed anything up, it would put him all the way back at the start of the map. So very well done.
Yeah, if you're in combat, which most of the time you are there because you're alerted, you don't get any checkpoints during the combat if you're in combat. So there, if I messed up that skip, I would literally have to do pretty much the entire map again. I would have had to do the entire map again because I got alerted at the start as well. Usually you get a checkpoint in the church. If you don't get alerted at the start, I did. If I messed that up, I would have had to do the entire level again, which would have lost like 2 minutes.
This game with its stealth mechanics, there's actually like different alert statuses because it's primarily like a stealth game, and you spend most of the game kind of wandering around being disguised, and you want to avoid enemies because they'll notice your disguise if you get too close and stuff like that. So there's varying alert statuses, and you're just in full alert in that section since you're just running past all the enemies. So anyways, we met up with our friend from the Vatican, Antonio. We're actually going to be grabbing food here. Don't eat all of the fruit here. You asked me to remind you, so I'm just letting you know. Food in this game is actually a resource. You have bread. I think the funniest thing is that you eat each of these things in one fight, but bread gives you basically more HP, and fruit gives you extra bars of stamina. Did you just despawn the record?
Yeah.
I love that swag. Yeah, there's a little glitch where if you inspect an item at the same time that you mantle up on something, it just despawns whatever item you're looking at. So you just use that on the little record there.
I just took it. I literally just gave it to him, and now I've took it back. It's mine.
Yeah, it's mine. Sorry, Antonio. And he was just talking about how much he liked it too. But this section is just we're waiting around talking, basically asking Antonio, oh, you know about you don't know anyone who's like 8 foot tall that's been around here? I found this in my college, blah blah blah. And then Antonio's like, well, here, have this disguise. And then yeah, this is basically just story setup.
It's a lead.
We're gonna go down to a dungeon pretty soon here. Dungeon down in the basement that had been undiscovered here for a century at least. And then he's gonna put on the disguise. So while we're in this disguise, we cannot be noticed by enemies. Kind of a very useful thing. There's one class of enemy that will recognize it, but for the purposes of the run, it's not really relevant. We're just gonna insert our key into this door here, and then oh look, a secret passage that no one ever knew. And then fortunately, because of a funny oversight by the developers, we can just whip this thing through this gate here, and this bypasses like a swimming tutorial section. We're just gonna run in here. We're gonna light some stuff up. We're gonna grab an artifact for some XP. This goes into the XP routing I was talking about earlier. We're just gonna grab this as fast as possible because this will actually skip. This will actually skip like 20 seconds of dialogue or so, and then we're going for the candle flip. Almost. Run it back. Oh. Almost. You got time, yeah? Anyways, grabbing that, interacting with that stuff fast enough skips a whole bunch of dialogue just telling you to go get a camera and all this other crap that we're just not going to do. Another thing that he just did is while we're waiting, he's just going to pull out the key because that actually saves time having to pull the key out when you get to the door in a couple seconds here. And also, for whatever reason, if you just sprint into Antonio there, right when he starts to move, you just click right through him. So that is what happened there. And then this is where we insert our key.
I'm sure it will.
And then
one way or another.
Now he's gonna drop down the stairwell, stop on this ledge so we don't take any fall damage, and then that brings to mind the way that the health works is with the food is different from the base HP. So base HP will actually regenerate to each pip, and the food HP does not. So basically, base HP is more valuable than food, but we still need the food for all of the skip routing that we do because there is going to be some out of bounds. This is actually some relatively new routing that we're doing here. We used to go for the alert here because of a quirk with the movement when you're under alert, but Matt does a different variant of this trick now that doesn't require that, and it's actually a lot more consistent if you nail this. So we're just gonna do some platforming to climb up here, and if you've played this casually, you'll know that like this section, like while it's open to you in the sense that you can come here now, it's not relevant to you for many hours into the game. So what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna grab this tool and we're gonna drop it to prop this door open. You want to prop the door all the way open, right? Yep, and then he's going to...
Oh, no, I closed it too much.
Uh-oh. Run it back.
What?
We've alerted the enemy, it seems.
I have to kill him now because I wouldn't be able to open the next door otherwise. Where did my weapon go? Thank you. I've never actually seen him alert there that quick.
Yeah, that was something. Okay, so now we're on top of the door. We can just climb up onto the chandelier and then clip right out of bounds because a common theme in this game is that devs didn't put any collision on the ceiling here. We're gonna drop in. Since we're not under alert, we can just use the door from out of bounds directly. And then we basically just skipped, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours of casual content here. That's about how long it took me to get to this section anyways. So this is
Yeah, I think in a
huge,
run that probably
huge
saves
skip.
like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's a huge skip.
So the way we used to do that, the way that I found originally when I found that skip was we used a window. We used to tap the FPS to the lowest the game lets you, which is 24. And if you like, you'll see the trick coming up later in a different level. We're going to do the same thing, but basically if you vault something or climb something at low FPS and boost up something else while you're climbing it, you get a lot of height at low FPS. So what we would have done there is use that to get on a little window that you otherwise can't get on, and then use that to get on the chandelier and get out of bounds. But that door method is a bit more consistent because we don't have to get alerted by the enemies. So if you're not alerted by the enemies, when you climb something, you're in a stealth state, so you instantly crouch. We don't want that for that other version of that skip. So we'd have to get a specific alert so that we could get the skip but still open the door, and it was really random. So that door method is more consistent in that sense. It is a little bit slower, but if you get it, it's fine.
So now that we're in the next area, and a funny quirk about this game is you have to be wearing the hat to do some investigative work, which I just find really funny. We do some peculiar aiming to interact with that thing early. Do you need the bandages here for the skip coming up? Okay. So now we're just doing the puzzle as intended. This is, with this being the restricted category, normally in any percent we would be grabbing, luring enemies over here so we could set up for what's called a grab launch. But we don't do that in this category since they're FPS dependent and not everyone can get the FPS that you need. Especially with this game being so new. Another thing, circling back to the frame rate movement physics thing, we just, if you notice his frame rate is capped to 110, even though he could probably get higher, there's no benefit to it because what we've kind of noticed is just overall it's kind of better to have your frame rate kind of capped at a number that you can get consistently because it just makes the movement behave a lot more consistently.
It's rotating.
So now that we've opened up the sewer dungeon, we're just going to do some peculiar platforming here to clip out of bounds because once again the devs didn't think that you'd get up to the ceiling, so they just turned off the collision there. But here we are using that to get right out of bounds, and then this is where the food really matters because when we do the out of bounds in this game, we kind of drop down. We know how much damage we're going to take, and so we'll route out like how much food we need for each part, and then just heal up when going in. Another quirk with wearing the hats, like wearing Indy's regular outfit, is you get an extra bar of health, and that makes it so we can take an extra bar of damage without dying. So we kind of use that pretty much for every out of bounds. I think every out of bounds where we go splat on purpose. So now we're in the Vatican fire trials. Once again, this is more content that we're just not really going to engage with because we're just going to climb up on the chandelier here and then climb right back out of bounds. And this is actually a patch-specific quirk. So we're actually playing down patch, not on the earliest patch, but update 2 from after the game came out because for whatever reason in update 2, they made it so if you hit this checkpoint and then quit out, Gina will spawn. If you do that on the very first patch version, on the early access release, Gina won't spawn when you hit that checkpoint. So instead we have to go to the other room and clip in with some weird camera shenanigans.
So on any percent we have to play on 1.0 because a specific skip won't work for some reason. But on 1.0 you can't do this thing here that I just did, so you'd have to clip into the other room. And it's like 40 seconds slower, so it kind of counteracts the fact that you save time doing the launch in the previous area. kind of
Yeah,
like
it's a really
negates
it's a
that.
really interesting yin yang where this version is faster for this category because of that specifically, but 1.0 is faster because we can just skip to the end of the second area or the third area rather. Anyways, we're gonna be coming up on our first boss here, and I believe Indy's pistol shoots 44, and he just tanks all 6 shots to the skull, which is kind of incredible to me. And then we just turn the pistol around, pistol whip him until it breaks. And damn, that was a fast fight. Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
kick
my
him while I'm
stamina.
down.
There we go.
I thought he was done when he just went down.
Sure,
No?
close.
You were right about the giants.
We don't want to be
Is
here.
he dead?
anyway.
I think you have to punch him a bunch or get back up.
Hey,
Okay.
where are you going?
Then we're just gonna stop and equip a revolver. We're gonna hope that Gina actually walks towards the door. And
Yeah,
she
I've had it
does.
happen once where she kind of just walked over there and started looking around. She's not meant to do that here, which is funny.
Yeah,
So we get more XP here as well, which we're going to need
We're-
for the next level.
Thought it was a damn shame.
and we're also just doing this to like
The Vatican
we're not killing time, but like we have nothing else to do here anyways because we have to wait on Gina. That's another theme in the speedrun is we are waiting for Gina for like 60% of it. I want to say, which sucks, but whatever. Anyways, back to the story. Gina is here searching for her sister, so she's following the trail of the Nazis, and we're looking for who took our damn cat mummy and what's going on with the cat mummy. So the Nazis are gathering artifacts from all over the world because they harness some great power or something. And the giant that we just fought is a part of a Nephilim order. The Nephilim being like the creatures that are talked about in the Old Testament from the Bible. They have like a secret order that lives into the present day that is supposed to protect these artifacts and the power that they hold. So the Nephilim is trying to stop the Nazis from getting it, and Indy is just kind of along for the ride. So anyways, more whip climbing stuff. We're going to try and run past all these enemies, hopefully. Hopefully they're nice to us. Alright, this guy's alerted. Just going to squeeze past us. Excuse us. Shove this guy out of the way, and he's... Oh, you just put through him. Okay.
Yeah, that guy is really annoying. Sometimes you can just get completely stuck on him, and then you have to like try and punch him or grab him. Usually you'd grab him and move him out of the way, but...
Yeah. Then we have to wait for 5 stamina bars here, and then that makes it so we can just climb all the way to the end with just the remaining stamina we have. Which is another part of stamina routing is we generally just know how much stamina we need for certain parts, especially in the early games. So kind of just how it works here. And then honestly, this cutscene just like gives me the heebie-jeebies because I hate heights. It scared the crap out of me, and he's just like hanging up here like, no, I'm fine. It's like some Uncharted stuff.
I said don't move!
I'm okay! Thanks for asking!
Climb up to this.
Yeah, so that's the second level. Done.
And yeah, that's the second level. Done in what, like 20 minutes?
I actually might save time on this split, surprisingly, which is funny. So I've got my my actual splits running, and I'm recording because I could have PB'd. Yeah, I saved a second somehow. I don't know. I'm not PB now though because
are you breaking even or?
Oh, I'm 50 seconds behind because the start was terrible and window skip was bad because of the guide alerting.
Oh well, that's how it happens sometimes.
Marathon runs. Yeah, so we
anyways.
grabbed $75 there. Very important that we have that.
Yeah, we actually have to grab an item in this area that we normally skip in any percent, but we have to do it in restricted because
Okay, so how are we gonna find your content?
fun thing is on the earliest version of this game, you can actually go right to the end if you can get out of bounds, but there's only one way we know of to get out of bounds, and that's with a grab launch. So
Yeah.
being unrestricted means we have to do this more or less as intended, but we still have a couple sequence breaks here.
Yeah.
So anyways,
literally after this waiting here, we're gonna run across the entire map to the other side to do a skip.
Cyrus.
That's the skip that uses the low FPS vaulting thing that I mentioned. Here we're buying pep, so now our stamina will regen a lot faster. Very useful. I'm going to eat 2 pieces of fruit because it lets my stamina last a bit longer.
What a lovely lady she is.
Yeah, the camera he just used. You're supposed to get that in the Vatican, but since we never go out of our way to grab it, we wouldn't have it.
Don't
But
worry.
fortunately,
I
the
have a
level
note
designers just
study
made sure that if you don't have the camera when you come into this area, it just gives it to you.
Yeah,
So
if
very
you
nice
didn't
of
have the
them.
camera for restricted, we'd just be soft locked as well. You wouldn't be able to finish this level on restricted. Any percent you can, but restricted,
I
no.
didn't realize that. Where did you get that camera?
Yeah, so IGN did a devs react run to a video to my any percent run of this. And even the devs don't understand why I got the camera, which I find highly hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was like, wait a minute, how did he get that camera?
Anyways, so as you saw, he like stacked up on fruit there. And that was all just to set himself up for this huge sprint that we do across this entire map. The maps in this game are really expansive, and there's a lot to see and do in them. But we just like go to the end because I will say, I feel like this kind of has to be said with over any speedrun of this game. The good stuff in this game is in the side content. If you just do the main story, it's not a very long or engaging game, I feel.
Yeah,
but
we are
the
doing a
game
skip here.
Yeah, we're coming up on probably like the one sequence break we do here.
Yeah, it's called Steely
sure
Skip.
it's
So you're meant to collect 4 Steelies and take them back. It's a long process. But to be able to skip it, all we need to do is just get over this this fence. So I'm capping to 24 FPS right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to vault this little ledge and turn into the wall. Since the wall is slanted here, we can get a little boost off of it and hopefully... Oh, I jumped too early. There we go. And we just climb the gate.
That. Yeah, for whatever reason, just low FPS makes it so like you get a little bit more height when you bounce off of stuff out of mantle. So we kind of abuse that.
And thankfully, it's not like you know, like toggling to like really low, because I've seen games where you toggle to like 5 frames, and I don't like that stuff. But thankfully, in this game, the game lets you cap to 24 in the menu, so we just use a hotkey to toggle it to 24 instead. Save going in the menu.
Yeah, I feel like frame rate specific tricks are kind of like a mixed bag. Just with how I feel about
them. I don't mind them, but I don't like games that forcefully just cap it to really low FPS for no reason, just to make skips work that don't work otherwise. It's like, well, just don't do the skip, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that wouldn't be allowed in Automata because there's clips you can do at 30 FPS that you can do at 60, but they don't allow that.
So now I've got to hope that this guy doesn't spot me early, because I can get shot here.
Our ghost friend opens the door for us.
Yeah, Gina's meant to be here. She's just invisible. But thankfully, because of that, there's meant to be a really long dialogue here when you look at this book. But because she's not here, it just doesn't play. So that saves a lot of time as well. I'm trying to think how much time that skip saves. It's probably like 10 minutes, something like that.
In the speed run, I'm sure. I mean, I wasn't around for like the early routing, so I don't know like what it saved in the speedrun context. I know I was here. This is probably where I spent the most time in my casual playthrough. It was just Giza, because there's so much to do and on this map. So we open the key, and now we're gonna go for like a big dash across the courtyard here, and hopefully, eat the fruit. I mentioned that too late, but here's in my notes to eat the fruit for this dash, because all the enemies get alerted to you and they start shooting you, and it's kind of easy to die here. Now we pull open the planks and drop down and see what the Nazis have been up to. Oh look, there's a floating gun now. Aha. We're grabbing that ammo for a boss that we're going to do later.
If we are waiting on more dialogue here, or if okay, yeah, we just
know what I
go.
was talking about.
Sorry. Now, once again, they actually did remember to turn the collision on here, but you can still just climb up and out onto the roof of this section. So this gives quite a bit of waiting. And then we run straight through this big scripted sequence with all the stuff blowing up. Right into where our associate from earlier is here to walk the way and protect us.
Hello?
So, do you remember what's going on with the story? Because I'm drawing a blank here.
Who, Gina?
If it even matters.
Bless you.
Oh, I had to mute for a minute, sorry.
Oh, okay. I asked you a question, and then you were like, I was like, are we good?
I don't know, my daughter woke up. I was trying to get my girlfriend to wake up.
The wall looks weak here.
So obviously I
okay.
can't really do that at the minute.
Gotcha.
Right, so
Anyways, what's going on with the story is, I don't know, but this is where we go out of our way to grab the lighter. Normally we would completely skip this at any percent, but we need the lighter to progress. Do you actually need it to light the things, right?
yeah.
Yeah, we need the lighter
You can't
to
light them, you
some,
can't progress.
some oil lamp-looking things in the next puzzle area. And that's what we grabbed the cache for earlier.
Thanks.
So we got the lighter now, and we're on our way. And this is like this whole section is where like the huge departure between restricted and any percent is, because like we said before, you could just skip this entire desert area in any percent. You just can't do that here. So we're pulling out the camera because we have to take pictures of certain things in order to progress. So we're taking pictures of each of these different glyphs.
Hello?
Kind of like
There's Khufu's
hello?
pyramid. The Sphinx is over
Yeah.
there.
If you take the pictures too slow, it will actually play extra dialogue
East of the Khufu pyramid.
as well, which is annoying. And sometimes you can literally be clicking left click like I was there and it just doesn't do anything. Which
Oh
is
yeah,
funny.
this game has an interesting fast travel mechanic where you basically walk up towards the different signposts, and then that unlocks that fast travel point. And so to fast travel, you walk up to another signpost, and you can interact with whatever one you want to fast travel to that location. So that's why you might have seen him walking out of the way earlier. That's why he did that. Now he's grabbing the sledgehammer. He also grabbed Brawler 3, which is an upgrade to our melee damage that we're going to use later. Because it saves quite a bit of time on the final boss, I'd say.
And it saves a little bit of time on the boss coming up here as well.
Oh, you already have enough to get it now?
Well, yeah, I'm going to buy it after I've done the light puzzle.
Gotcha.
Alright, this is the area marked on the Dream Stealer.
Yeah, so if you're wondering why he has a sledgehammer, we're just about to blast through this wall here.
For some reason, these are not breaking on the first hit, and I still don't understand why they do. But
Is
sure.
that like something different on this particular run?
No,
or
I
is
think
it
it's literally just random whether they actually break or not. I don't understand it.
Oh, okay. So now we're taking pictures of these different engravings on the wall. We found a piece of one.
I should take photos of all these words.
So what is going on here is these different symbols are actually a Damic, which is the original language spoken by humans, which is what Gina's sister was studying, and so he's kind of picking up on her studies and deciphering meaning. And then he's found out that it's a riddle. Fortunately, we can just memorize the sequence in the riddle. speak the words we need to get sucked into the floor and then progress to the next area. Now we're
Yeah,
in
usually
shade.
in any percent we'd be skipping all of this. So after we would have done Steely skip in any percent, we would do a launch to just get out of the map and go straight to the end of this level. But it's extremely difficult to do. There's like 2 ways you can do it. One of them's like a couple minutes slower than the other. The fastest is probably the hardest. And even Ashley doesn't do that one, so he understands that it's very difficult to do.
It's not even like, it's not that I can't do it, I just can't do it reliably, so, and I've yet to try and do it in a run.
Yeah,
So,
it's like
insanely
literally
hard.
you get 1 try at it. If you fail it,
Yeah.
you're dead, and you have to do the entire thing again, and it's really slow. So
That's also why restricted is the more popular category, is just because that one skip in particular is kind of toxic, I'd say. So the category split was warranted and very fair.
yeah,
On this game. So anyways, we're doing a bit of a light puzzle. This one actually saves quite a bit of time if we're on easy puzzle difficulty, because if I remember right, we have to move less lights to the symbols, and because like half of them are already in position. So we're gonna just directing all of these so they shine on the right glyphs. Then we have to go and grab this plate to fix the last remaining one.
This goes here.
And that one just lines up already, which I believe is unique to easy puzzle difficulty. So now he's gonna unlock Brawler 3 because we're running into well, first we're running through a slight cave.
Oh, can I get the swag slides? Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh, I bounced. I should be able to get this one, but on that first one, I hit the. There we go.
Easy. Oh, I didn't know about that. Clean.
You just basically slide right as you hit the edge, and as long as you don't do it too late, you'll go flying all the way through.
So now we're just doing some whip swings.
Parkour.
Yeah, just nice parkour through this area. And then we're going into this where we go into the dark chamber where we fight a blind guardian. This guy
Can I mention quickly? There is a quirk here, so you can semi-soft lock if you're too quick. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna light these three things, and I'm gonna do the thing. If we hit the first plate after the lights go back off, when the fight starts too quick, the game will think it's on, but it won't. So you won't be able to interact with this. So I'm gonna have to wait until I see it pop up out of the ground before I actually press it. So here I'm gonna just walk up to it, wait for it to come up, and then walk on it. If you're too quick there, it'll just soft lock. It's
I didn't know about that.
very annoying.
So yeah, each of those light plates turns on the lights in here, which is nice because it's an advantage over a blind foe. I'm just gonna unload on him. On this guy, with him being blind, he's only attracted to sound, so he can hear us shooting, sprinting, jumping on certain coins that just make audio whenever you walk over them.
Oh, I need to grab me then. Yeah, so this guy can grab you, and it loses a lot of time if he does.
Yeah, we're trying to position ourselves so that doesn't happen. How many hits does the guy take? There we go.
Hello, hello.
Fun thing.
Oh, I got the double cutscene.
Yep.
Nice.
If you double tap interact on that, you get the same cutscene playing twice, which is kind of funny. And then we go right to the end of this map here.
So in any percent, we would literally get on the roof of this area up here and drop down into there, and then drop down here and grab this straight from the start, basically. So that skips. But you need to grab that for the end level trigger to actually spawn. So if you didn't need to grab that, the skip would be so much easier. You could just hit the trigger from out of bounds really easily, but you have to grab that first. So there's I know I haven't really mentioned it yet, but so right here there's about a 2.5-3 minute literally waiting section where we can't do anything. So if there is any donations you wanted to read, this would be the perfect time to do those, because there's nothing for 3 minutes.
Well, we do have a new donation in. We have received $100 from Original Borm with the message, "Here's for the good cause. Best of marathon luck to all of us." So thank you, Borm, and thank you to everyone else who has donated. If you would like to add your name to that list, please go to gamersforhope.com/donate.
Im Himalaya.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we're just sitting in the sand. Our heads just out the sand. If you watched the original reveal trailer for this that they did, when it finally properly got announced, instead of the little teaser they released like 6 years ago, this is the cutscene that we just skipped, is the one that would show for here. So this is technically gameplay, so we can't actually skip it.
I didn't know this game was in development 6 years ago.
Because I love Indiana Jones, and I think there was a teaser trailer where they just teased that Machine Games are working on Indiana Jones game, and I think it was 2019 or 2018, something like that, when they announced that. I can't remember the exact year, but
That's crazy.
and then they waited like 3 years or 4 years to actually show anything from the game. I thought it had been cancelled. I'm not gonna lie.
You got casual speedrun showing some love in the chat.
Oh, casuals here, yes. I can't see the chat because I'm trying to make sure my game doesn't die with the browser open, but that's my boy right there.
Understandable. Yeah, that absolute legend ran Siren at SGDQ just a couple weeks ago. It was such a pleasure to share the stage with him. Although I didn't commentate his run or anything, but it was nice being at the same event as him.
Yeah, like honestly, I know like I'm doing my own run, but if you love horror stuff, definitely check out Casual Speedrun. He's one of the nicest guys that I think I've ever spoken to. He's such a lovely man. Like honestly.
No, you don't. No.
So the only time save here is just to click this really fast.
Yeah, only thing we can do is speed this
Oh,
up.
I got it before it even pulled the tail up. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Oh mate, I'm so good at this game.
Yeah, you did, because you blew it and then the thing spawned immediately.
I didn't know you could actually do that. Yeah. So now it's on a timer, so we're just gonna try not to take damage, even though it doesn't really matter. But having food here having any food left over from Giza that we ate earlier actually saves time in Sukhothai. So if we can avoid taking damage, it would be good, because we have to eat less food in Sukhothai.
I thought you just get full HP anyways.
Well, no, if you have food left over, you don't have to eat as much and grab
okay.
as much in Sukhothai. Yeah. So in my run yesterday, I golded Sukhothai because I had 2 bars of food and I had a piece of food left from Giza. So I only had to eat one and grab the 3 off the table. I didn't have to grab any upstairs.
Oh,
so
okay.
that saved me some time.
I thought it literally just like set your HP, so I didn't know about that. That means you want to like avoid any damage in the next areas, right?
Yeah, so we can take damage in the next level. Also, the next level is the most boring level in the game.
Yeah, this run is almost good if it wasn't for the middle 30 minutes of unskippable holding W. I'm afraid.
Well, there is some little tech we can do. There is some little like.
There is tech, and it's not just avoiding soft blocks, because there is one in this mission. Advanced hold W, yes, indeed. Although I don't think it's advanced hold W, I think it's just hold W. So back to the story. With us following the trail of Nazis, we are led to the Himalayas. Why we're here? I think Gina's sister's journal said something about that's where she's going.
So now we're here investigating the area, seeing what's going on.
What were you doing?
And this is
Visiting
our
an old friend.
pretty much just holding W section. I will
If you
say,
haven't
though,
played this game, I'd definitely recommend giving it a playthrough. I had really low expectations for it
Looks unstable.
before it came out, but
Right first.
I was pleasantly surprised. It's a very
Yeah,
fun
it-
casual game, and if you do the side stuff, it's a very long casual game too. Most of the story and content is in the actual side stuff. If you just follow the main story, the game isn't that long actually.
yeah, it's like a 30-hour game if you actually like explore and stuff. Like it's decently length, I'd say. It's also very immersive.
And Troy Baker does a fantastic job of doing Indiana Jones as well.
Yeah, I forgot to even mention that because
go.
he does such
Get
a
outta
stand-up
here.
job of capturing Harrison Ford. I heard people say he does Indiana Jones better than Harrison Ford, and I almost agree.
I don't think we are wrong.
So there really isn't a whole lot going on. There was that last section where the game lets us sprint for
You
whatever
seen this
reason.
too?
We go through that little, not even loading track, just track, and then we
Good.
jump out of it because it's
Then
a
I'm
little
not
faster.
crazy.
Here we're waiting a few seconds for Gina to catch up
Get a closer
before
look.
we yank this down, because if we don't, it's like her waypoint doesn't activate or something, and she just warps backwards, and we completely soft lock. And the only way to fix it is to reset checkpoint.
To wrap my head around this.
Yeah, it loses a lot of time. So to play it safe, I'm gonna get to the end of here and just turn around to make sure she's still with me, because if she's not, then I'm gonna have to restart. She should be. It's as long as you know what you're doing, you won't get the soft lock. It's literally just about waiting. If you tried to be as fast as you could there, it would soft lock, especially if you do that skip. So it's all dependent on when you pull the whip. So when you pull off the planks. So if you pull off the planks too fast, it will soft lock no matter what you do. So you just have to wait for it to climb down the ledge before you pull it, basically. And that's how you avoid that. Also, there's a big ship in the middle of the Himalayas just chilling up there. Don't worry about it.
Nazi battleship? Yep.
I also have to say the snow in this game looks incredible.
That's alright. I mean,
That's
but back
alright.
down there, you get into like really deep snow. It goes up to like this is really deep right here.
Yeah, and it makes like trails and stuff behind you.
Shame it's literally only here.
Yeah, only
And then
for
once
this
we get in the
linear
ship,
section.
just gone.
Yep. So anyway, why there's a boat
Let's hope
here? My headcanon, this is the boat from Half-Life 3, as it sure looks like the boat from Half-Life 3. The actual canon is that one of the artifacts from the Great Circle teleported this boat here. Basically going to like
Oh no.
go put the pieces together. That doesn't matter.
It did. Yeah, we have to wait for Gina anyway.
Yeah, this is where like it doesn't matter how fast you are at this section. We have to wait for her to climb up, anyways. And then you even get a slide through this vent here.
You can. I've done it once. I don't know.
It's really
The
hard,
slides
I
in
don't
this
know why.
game slide in like under stuff. You can get a lot of momentum if you're like straight and you trigger the slide at like the last possible point. But it's like kind of random on some of them. There's going to be a slide coming up in a sec.
Looks
Hello,
Is that-
Stab.
It's either random or really, really precise. For some of them, I mean.
Yeah. So like this one right here, sometimes you can slide all the way to the end. Sometimes you barely get in. Yeah, like that. So I think it's got something to do with hitting the wall. So like that was a bad slide.
And now we're just stuck waiting for Gina to get past us here.
Yeah, and we're also going to try and pick up the most awkward melee weapon in the game. That just sometimes doesn't let you pick it up for whatever reason. It's so annoying. I didn't even know there was melee weapons here until I saw someone else pick it up, because you can't pick it up. Like, so I'm going to try and pick that up. So I'm going to move that out of the way and try and there we go. So awful. So we're gonna
Alright,
pull this
grab
guy
him.
off. I'm gonna smash him in the face. No, he's dead.
Down. When I grab the other one that he used to get, is it just faster to get that one?
I don't actually know. I
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could pick that up. So
So we kind of get messed up here by a guy if he's blocking our way. If he is standing in the way, I'm just gonna have to whip him. Hopefully he's not. I didn't get alerted, so he shouldn't be. No. That's the first time I've ran through that without getting an alert. What the hell? I've never done that before in my life. I've got so much stamina left. Yeah, so I forgot to mention as well. When you're in combat in this game, if you're like alerted, your stamina drains way faster than when you're not. So in a lot of places where we have to run far, it's better to not get alerted, basically. Also, I just did a little skip there.
yeah, so little
Skip little.
sequence breaks. It's like that thing I said earlier, where you can see the button prompt and you can interact with the thing. So we kind of just did that little puzzle without having a platform around, and get line of sight on those things, so that we can just climb with support beams and get it. Also, I didn't know that thing about the stamina drain in combat. That's
What, you
really
didn't?
interesting. No, I had no idea that was a thing.
What? Yeah, like right now, see how my stamina's going down really fast because I'm alerted. Like,
Yeah, that explains a lot of things.
that's crazy. You didn't realize that. So yeah, in a lot of cases, most of the time it's not that bad, but in some places you really don't want to get alerted. At the start of the Citadel is one. If you can avoid getting alerted at the start of the Citadel, you can run a bit further before you have to wait for your stamina to regen as well.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting puzzle. It's very well designed, but
There's a weird
fortunately,
quirk
you just remember it.
here as well. So like sometimes when you skip that, like open that door, you can move straight away. Sometimes you can't. Most of the time you can't. I don't understand it. It's very weird. I've been trying to figure it out. I cannot figure it out because it would save like 3-4 seconds if we could figure it out, but I just don't understand it.
I'm okay. Go to the back of the ship.
Yeah, so this is where the game goes full on like Uncharted, Call of Duty, scripted event type deal. This is some new routing that they only saw today. And they do a little platform climbing from the edge here. And it just gives them like pretty slow ledge tracks. But once again, we're kind of gated by Dina.
That whip swing at the start is very important because for some reason when they made this game, they made that swing really awkward to actually get on that platform. I don't know why, but I've lost runs to it. Like you die there and you lose like 10 seconds. It's really annoying. But doing that setup where you vault over the railing and then hold a certain direction, you basically make it so you get a lot of height and bounce off the top, and that usually puts you around to perfectly land on the platform if you do it right.
And so now, because this game is just awesome with its cutscenes, we go from the Himalayas right into the middle of Shanghai.
Shanghai!
Because the story is
Hello.
a globe-trotting adventure, for sure. Lots of things blowing up because we're in the middle of World War II. Unfortunately, though, that's probably the most interesting part about this mission. It's just how it looks, because there's really not a whole lot going on. There is a little bit of platforming.
So I walked there, I didn't run. If you climb the ladder from the bottom without jumping and then just walk there, Gina will catch up to you. We wanted to actually be with us here. It saves time at the end of the level.
Focus on not dying.
If you run really fast through that, she'll be really slow behind you. I'm just gonna punch this poor man in the face. Now I'm gonna do another skip if you want to explain this little one.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of peculiar
Looks like we have
platforming
to
where we
climb.
want to climb onto this ledge. Not that ledge, this one that's raised up here, yeah. And then we want to run off, whip, and then just cancel up here, and then jump back across. We want max priority time for that, and then pull the sign down. And this skips
I have my
quite a
moments.
bit of time where Gina points out a plane. She's like, "Oh, look, I know how to fly. Blah blah blah. Let's speed our way over there." So that little parkour section saves probably like 30-40 seconds. It is just completely skips that dialogue. We still need Gina with us though, so unfortunately, like even though there's parts to speed this up, it doesn't matter because like I said, like we're gated by Gina.
Yeah, there is a bit more skip things we can do right here, but it's just not faster because we have to wait for Gina anyway.
Let's get out of here.
So here I'm going to do a quit out.
You just do this for consistency's sake, right?
I actually no. So when you wait at the start for Gina, it's actually faster to quit out there. She actually gets to you slow if you don't. But I basically do that quit out because sometimes if you don't, she just will never get here. So we're just gonna wait for her to climb that. Hopefully she'll be quick. Most of the time, if you do the level consistently enough, she'll be here at basically the same time anyway. As long as you do the quit out. So we'll just wait for her to climb this ledge. Should take about 35 seconds, something like that.
She always
There we
takes
go.
just enough time for you to wonder that if something's wrong, but that did seem
Yeah.
what I'm
You just
used
like,
to.
is she actually going to show up? Is my run screwed right now? It's actually scary when you're on like a good run, just sitting here waiting to hope that she'll actually get here. It's funny. But yeah, if it did soft lock, I don't actually know what I would have done. I would have had to just
Can it
restarted the level and then with the console and then just hope that it would.
That's it, Theo.
Although then I wouldn't have brawler or pet, which would have been annoying. But
Take off.
Can it actually soft lock you? I don't think I've had that happen.
yeah, she'll just never appear. You could probably run back and catch up to her, make her come, but she can just never turn up. I've had it happen once before when I first started, when the game first came out. So now we just sit here, but we can get some funny dialogue if we shoot this, which is a reference to The Last Crusade, which is funny because The Last Crusade happened after this game in the timeline, but if we shoot this...
Ow! What happened?
They got us.
They got us, so we don't actually have to shoot this, we can just sit here and have a break.
Yeah, this is long Call of Duty shoot 'em up section.
I'll try.
What's your pace looking like?
I'm like plus 45. Literally, the run has actually been really good, apart from the start. The stuff that happened at the start.
If it wasn't for the, I don't even think you had much time losses aside from the.
Most of the time loss was Windows skip.
Yeah.
And Citadel. Other than that, it's actually been pretty good.
Window door skip.
Yeah. That was just unlucky that the guy spotted me so early. I don't know why he did that.
I didn't even know that they bugger off. Like I'd never seen that before. You just pivot 90 degrees. I'm sure I've seen it, I just didn't notice the pivoting.
Maybe you could introduce me while we're here.
Sure.
So this game was ran at GDQ, the last GDQ, by Blood Thunder, and Ashley was also on comms for that. If you want to go check that run out as well.
We're losing altitude.
I'll get us a new plane. Don't crash.
Another slight movement quirk is if you slide off of ledges, you just get a ton of speed like this. I don't know if there's anywhere that you use that before here. I mean, it's kind of happened here and there. I just thought I'd point it out here because it.
Yeah, there's a couple spots I do it.
Yeah. But also
Just
this
whip that guy
section
over.
is so funny because it's just so incredibly over the top.
Out of my way, pal.
I mean, it does seem like something that Indiana Jones would actually do. So
It feels like a Spielberg like stunt if they could pull it off.
Cannon!
I'm trying.
They did some crazy stuff in the little movies, so.
So this was the split that I had the most time to save on over my PB. I saved 11 seconds. I'm only plus 35 now. So apart from the start, this one's actually been pretty good, which is unfortunate. Yeah, the start's probably the worst part of the run, apart from the final level. Because it's a skip in the final level that will just make or break a run. And then you've got the boss fight, which is also completely random, which can make or break a run as well.
Yeah, this is fortunately where the run actually becomes interesting again. So what's going on here is we're now in Sukhothai, I don't even know what led us here, but we're basically going to run into the establishment, and then just like the American way, we're going to grab everything off the table and consume it. Because what we're doing here is we're setting ourselves up for the rest of the. Yeah, you like that? We're setting ourselves up for the rest of the game, so we're getting full health. We're healing all the way, so we have max food, and then we have reserve food because we have to heal up for the final skip. Then here's an interesting little quirk with the movement. We just sprint off
Oh,
here.
I looked at the wrong spot.
Yeah, so I was about to say that. We aim at a certain spot, sprint off, and then aim down the camera. And for whatever reason, that helps us avoid a death plane. So we just drop down. From that, this skips a huge scripted sequence of the hotel that you're in getting sieged by fascist Nazis or whatever. And so we just go straight to the escape because the escape code's already waiting for us, like they knew something was going on. Maybe it's an inside job.
Sokotai. Sokotai.
I just noticed these subtitles. Oh, you have the subtitles only show up on like German and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Like the foreign languages, it will show subtitles for.
Yeah, I have the screen share audio off, turned down really low so I can hear some stuff from earlier.
Oh, well, I did a really good impression of him saying Sokotai.
I believe you.
So
Well-
this level, I guess in a casual sense, would be one of the longest in the game. But in the speedrun, it's literally one of the shortest levels. So we do 2 skips. We've done the first one that we just did. We have to do a little bit of waiting here after we get off the boat as well. But once we get on the boat, we're going to literally drive to the other side of the map and just skip straight to the end of the level.
There actually is some potential because you can get here without taking the boat ride. You can just run all the way, but unless there's any movement tech found, it's actually slower. So if there's some movement tech found that makes us move even faster, then that could actually save time. I just thought that was worth pointing out.
Yeah. So it's funny because so I'm mostly known for being a glitch hunter. That's like my main shtick. And Blood Thunder. So me and Blood Thunder both found the same skip when the game came out, which is the one that we're about to do. He found a different way to do it. I found the one we're about to do in the run. The one that I'm about to do is actually faster. And yeah.
What's interesting is the one that he found is patched on this version because devs were watching him play the game, like find that. They saw him find that. They were in his chat at the time. So
Yeah, but then they patched everything else in the current
they
version of the
patched
game
everyone.
anyway.
why they patch out things that no casual player will do, I'll never understand. But this is the world that we live in. So anyway, we're off for a nice jolly stroll in our it's not a rowboat, what is it? It's just a canoe, motorized canoe. And we're more or less just going right to the end of the map. There's a whole laundry list of stuff that you have to do as intended. Was there ever a run done with this
no.
going as intended? Or, okay,
So the first time I ran this game, I got a 156. Obviously, it was really unoptimized. And the only skip I did was this one. And the camera skip, I think, as well, over the ledge. I'm pretty sure I did that too, but I just did only the skips in this level. Everything else I played as intended.
Yeah, so this was one of the first things found, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically, we go right to the end. So basically, I asked that because we don't even know how much time this saves. We just know it saves hours over playing the game.
There's a
casually.
glitchless run on console, and I believe it's like 2:45, something like that.
So it saves a good chunk of time. Then.
It probably saves like 30-35 minutes. It's a really big skip. It's huge. Like, this level is really long. You have to do a lot of stuff. There's a massive temple you go in with a giant snake. It's very cool, but it's also very long.
I love this. I love this part of the game casually.
Yeah, and for the sake of speed, we're just gonna skip it all. So I guess I'll quickly point it out. So we're basically going to where the temple entrance is. And that's because it's semi-close to where the end of the level is, but also because there's a spot in the floor that just doesn't have collision, and we can just go out of bounds.
How much to donate to do that? Someone's asking if they how much do they have to donate for you to go fight the snake?
I'm not doing that. I'd have to do the entire level. I'm not doing
Yak in
that.
the water. Someone told us.
But it's funny though, because before I found this skip specifically, I found another skip with this out of bounds. So when I was initially testing this game, I didn't think even remotely that you would be able to trigger the end level trigger. I just didn't think that would work. So I didn't even bother to try. But then my friend had the idea to try it. But before we did that, I found a way. So this is the temple. You can see the big wall for it. Initially,
into the temple.
yeah. So I found a way to get like on the invisible wall, and then you would just basically get onto an invisible like wall and then fall into the temple, and you could skip right to the end of the temple. And then you would just do the boss fight with Locust again.
Yeah, so just wanted to point out he went to 24 FPS because that's just what makes it easier to climb that really steep hill. That is probably my one contribution to this game since I ran it, is finding that if you go to 24 FPS there, you can
Also,
walk the hill.
That skip looked easy, and it is, but I did a risky strat there, so I jumped over a hole. There is a safer way. I've never done the safer way because I'm
just too much
a
of a
gamer.
G.
I'm just a gamer. I'm just a Chad. But I've never fallen in that hole in my life. One day it will happen, but if you do fall in that hole, you're completely stuck, and you have to restart this entire area and do the boat ride again. So I'm very glad that didn't happen. Very glad that didn't happen, because that would have lost me like, I don't even know, it was like 3-4 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of driving. The other thing is, since I said that we're stocked up on HP and stuff because we're set up for the end of the game, if we take any damage, like if you take any damage from being underwater too long or anything like that, then we'd have to go and reset because we wouldn't really have what we need to do Iraq coming up. So catching up with the story, I mean, a whole lot of stuff happened, but now the Locust is our friend, the Nephilim from before. He's now going to help us find Gina, who's been kidnapped. A lot happened in the last map that we just walked past, pretty much. But now we are pretty much entering the end of the game. This really is the home stretch.
This is the final level, and it's by far probably the hardest to do fast.
Fast and safe, yeah. We're basically going to be running through every enemy, and they're kind of on like a scripted cycle, and optimally, like you just want to get there right away, and if you take too long to get there, then you risk getting detected. If you get detected, then everyone is on shoot to kill, pretty much. Because in the normal game, the enemies won't shoot you right away if they detect you, but if you're in a high restricted area or whatever, then they will shoot you, and this is a high restricted area, so if they notice us, then they will shoot to kill. So we're going to do some peculiar platforming here. Up the front of this ziggurat, you're not going for the safety save. Very, very nice.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm going to do that.
You might want to reset.
I went into PB mode even though I'm not, and I just I got very excited.
Yeah, you're good. And then new lineup that Matt found just this morning is aim over here, jump, forward jump. Yep. And I was trying it out. It feels much more consistent than what we did before. And we're just going to drop down. We are dropping down here so we don't lose a bar of health. We're walking up a weird spot here, so we lose exactly 1 bar. This one is there is a little bit of leeway, but we want to take as little damage as possible. Gonna back off and land onto this pipe here. Drop down. Hopefully not lose any more damage. If you...
I don't know why I got stuck there. That was sketchy.
And if you like dev textures, here's a nice dev texture just out of bounds here. They love to see it. Oh, nice. Yeah, and that's why we want to take as little damage as possible, because it uses pretty much everything we have. So he's waiting to regen there. Gonna heal up to full, then we're gonna eat all of our food. And then... okay. He's really pushing the game here. There we go.
Oh yeah, I'm going fast, brother.
Exactly. All of our HP gone, just like that. You're not even gonna grab the other bandage?
No, dude, I got this, man. I got this.
Okay, okay. And anyway, so that's all of Iraq done in under a minute. You love to see it. And then we're going right on to the final boss. And now we're on Noah's Ark. So why are we on Noah's Ark? Well, it's because we're about to go Old Testament on this dude, so... Yeah, but what's really going to happen is you're actually going to see the combat in this game. And so the hand-to-hand combat in this game is quite interesting. You have small punches, you have charge punches, you have blocks, and then you have parries. So we're basically going to wait for him to... We're going to dodge his kicks. We're going to wait for him to maybe strike us with his hands. And if he strikes us with his hands, we're going to block, and then he can do like 4 to 5 chain punches back to back. So we're kind of just going to do as much of that as we can. While also waiting for stamina to refill.
You couldn't let me out.
Yeah, the stamina's like the main detriment to this part of the fight. And also what he does is literally dependent on how fast this fight's going to go. If he does too many kicks, you're losing a lot of time. You need him to punch so you can parry, and then just beat him up.
Yeah, this fight really comes down to how fast you can or how many parries you can get off of him to get those chain punches. This is also where Brawler 3 makes the most difference. I remember Blood Thunder kind of tested out to see how many punches it takes, and Brawler 3 saves a substantial amount of punches that you have to use on this guy. That was phase 1 down, and now we're in the final phase.
So we have to like try and kick him in a specific rhythm so he doesn't get enough distance backwards, so he can't actually do that kick. That's not what we want, because then we want to be able to just keep kicking him instead of having to block. So get ready on time, by the way.
Yep, time's coming
when
up.
This is done, I'm going to press prompt, and then that's time.
Gina says Jones, and then we reach up and grab her hand, and then that's time.
That's it. What's that?
Oh, I thought that was it. There we go. And time.
That's time.
Wow, that was still a 108, dude. Wow, that was
very nice. GG.
I'm talking about, when I say 108, I'm talking about obviously without loads with the live split.
I guess this is good one.
Yeah, I'll let you watch this final cutscene since we're, I'm assuming, very underestimated. It's like 10 minutes. This cutscene's pretty short.
This is yours.
But yeah, so that was good.
Thank you.
So this is what I'm saying to you, right? This is what I'm saying. So my Iraq in my PB was really good. So obviously I did lose time going to get the checkpoint. That's like what, 6-7 seconds, something like that. I still lost 20 seconds on that final split, and that was just because of boss. That's it sucks, but that was a 108.59 IGT.
That was a 109.35 RTA.
That's pretty good. I mean, I still got my goal was to get sub 10 with this run, so overall it was a good run. Apart from the first couple of splits being trolled, everything else was actually pretty good. The boss was not good, but that's fine too.
I'd say it was like an 8 out of 10 run. It was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Jones.
So my PB is 107.55, so that was like just over a minute slower than my PB.
Every time I see this cutscene, it makes me want to watch the movies again.
Yeah, so if we finish watching this cutscene, you can hear a little bit of
I know when all of this is over.
the Indiana Jones theme song, because it's actually hilarious that the only time you hear it in the game is the actual when the credits start, which I think is really funny.
Maybe we can have that fancy dinner.
But I won't let it play too long because of copyright and all that. But yeah, so usually if I'm doing a PB attempt, I'll just mute my game just before it starts, just so it doesn't get copyrighted. But so I can still listen to it because, you know, it's sick.
Do you have any shout-outs?
I guess I'll just shout out the Indiana Jones community in general.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out the Discord. I mean, there's a lot of recent interest in this game. If it looks interesting to you, please join. There's about a dozen of us, so you can always use more runners.
Yeah, the game was pretty dead after like a month after it came out, and it was pretty dead for like, I think 3 months passed and not a single thing was said in the Discord server. and now it's got a bit more.
Yeah,
bit
I think
more,
the ESA and GDQ runs are kind of a catalyst for interest in the game. So hopefully we get more runners.
Yeah, that was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Hope you enjoyed the run. I'm not sure what's coming up next, but enjoy the rest of the marathon. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me as well.
Well, thank you guys for being here, and thank you for that awesome run. It was so good to see a bit of Indiana Jones. It's really entertaining as well. You guys did such a good job hosting that. I was just kicked back and relaxing the whole time. So if everyone wants to stay tuned, coming up next we have a game called Avanum, run by Organ Mike. So just hold on for that one, get yourself a snack and a drink, kick back, relax. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one.